Up next, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive, Master of Disguise Zartan. Before we do anything, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And then, let's talk about it.
MBB on the track.
What up, party people in the place? I am the Ruckus, and these are my toys. On deck, we have the latest and, to some people, possibly the greatest classified series offering so far. Of course, I'm speaking about the Master of Disguise himself, Zartan. Cobra, yes indeed. Anyway, this is a Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive. It was only available for a short period of time. Pulsecon was only 2 days. I believe this was on available on the second day, and it sold out very quickly. You had to get in and get yours while you could, because it went. And well, as we can see, I got mine, so it's all good. Anyway, talking about the packaging, you see you've got an illustration of Zartan on the front. You've got G.I. Joe Classified Series right there. The unique thing about this particular packaging is that you see something on the right side kind of sort of poking out. Well, that is a Jeopardy wheel. You can use this to actually change the face of Zartan. So you've got that, pretty cool. You've got Zartan looking like this, kind of looking like Storm Shadow to me. Wonder what's up with that. Then you got now. Speaking of what's up with that, what is up with this particular face? If Zartan's trying to disguise himself as this, well, more power to him. And then you've got this. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty good right there. That's cool right there. And then back to Zartan himself. It is it's like a book type packaging. You got the flip open door. I better move this over so we can see it all. And then, yes, you've got right there at the other side of that door, you've got the Dreadnoks logo. That is looking pretty sweet right there. I'm feeling that for real. Turning to the packaging that reveals Zartan the figure himself. As you can see, Zartan is fully displayed, and you have 6 different head sculpts to change Zartan's appearance, at least from the neck up. Anyway, he's got what appears to be a boatload of accessories, which we will investigate when we get this packaging open. You got G.I. Joe Classified Series, standard packaging only in the deluxe size. Master of Disguise Zartan on the banner below. Closing this up, look to the side. You've got more artwork of Zartan. Looking on the back, this is familiar to everybody. This is the artwork that the Classified Series has had from the beginning, with the exceptions of the Special Missions Cobra Island offerings. And every time they added a new character to the line, they added it to this artwork. There was a time when Zartan wasn't on there, Beachhead wasn't on there. We've got Alley Vipers. We're going to get those soon. Major Blood wasn't on there before. Neither was Barbecue. They're all been added on. It's great. you get to know what was coming. So that's cool. Then we have on the other side, you have the insignia, the symbols that basically show Zartan's abilities. The icons are in descending order, and they all symbolize the abilities of the said character. So starting at the top where you see a dollar sign and some crossbones, that's just stating that Zartan is a mercenary. He's really not quote unquote Cobra or loyal. Yeah, he's loyal to Cobra as long as they keep paying him. So and he's at a level 4 for being a mercenary. Right below that symbol stands for classified, and that's a level 3. I'm assuming that means the level of security clearance that Zartan has within the ranks of Cobra. The symbol below that stands for infiltration, and being a master of disguise, Zartan has to be pretty skilled at that. He's designated a level 3 at that. And bringing up the rear at the bottom, as you can guess, just looking at it, you see 2 different face shapes there. That stands for disguise. Zartan gets a 4 designation for that. So, which definitely makes sense since he is the master of disguise. What you have going along the side here is it reads Master of Disguise Zartan. This is number 31 in the you can't see it, number 31 in the series, so it's going right in order. You've got that same 31 at the top of the box with a little window showing the figure from on high, and on the bottom just the typical legalese you've got there. So without further ado, let's get Zartan out of the packaging. Now we've got Zartan, Master of Disguise Zartan, out of the packaging, and next to him on the display table are his accessories. And as I stated previously, he comes with a boatload, and technically they're all not there. I don't have the head sculpts on there, which are technically accessories. He's got plenty of those, and we'll just go through those one at a time that way. But yeah, like I said, he's got a boatload of accessories. It's unbelievable, but we'll get to the accessories momentarily. Let's take a look at the Master of Disguise himself up close. So now that we're up close and personal with the Master of Disguise himself, let's examine some of the details. You all may recall that the first version of Zartan was packaged with his scarf and his headgear already on him, not packaged to the side or anything like that. Different. This is how he came in the package. This is what he looked like within the package, and so this is how we're rocking him right now for now. Anyway, taking a look at him, the face sculpt, I believe that it's the same paint apps, the same skull, everything. Tone might be different. We'll check that out when we get to the end. But once again, he's just bald-headed, so you're not going to get too much of something different that way. Going down, you can see his he's molded his chest piece is molded in a black with silver paint apps. Same with the shoulder pads. Going down to his waist, his belt is got he's got a floating belt piece right here, and beneath that he's got a belt with paint apps, and I believe that's the Dreadnoks logo on his belt. Going around, nothing there. You see he's got his knife sheath there. Going down the legs, You can see that his padding on his thighs, they've got silver paint apps lined in black knee pads, no paint apps on the boots. And that's our boy Zartan right there. Make sure, can we get him to stand back up? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's our boy Zartan right there. Let's see what's up with some of these head sculpts here. So I was mistaken about the head sculpts. There are not 6. There are 2 genuine head sculpts. The rest are masks. He is the master of the sky, so that makes sense. So we'll start off with the masks. I already tried putting one on, and it's kind of difficult, so I'm going to put it on off camera and get right back. So here's Zartan close up with the skull mask on, and a bit of advice when sliding this on: I suggest you put the mask over the face first, press it against the face, and then slide the straps down. That's definitely the easier way. Going the other way, you run the risk of popping the straps, and they're just plastic, so once they're popped, it's a done deal. I'm going to go ahead and get the silliness out the way. As I stated at the beginning, I'm like, what is up with this particular face mask? But to just demonstrate, you won't be able to see it. Let me go back here. There you go. Now you can see it. So to demonstrate how this goes on, you take Zartan, and it just fits over the face, and I believe it'll look pretty genuine when his hoodie is on. But from this angle, he just looks like a fat-faced guy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So now we get to some more, a little bit more serious looking masks. So you've got this guy with he's got the mustache and the little goatee there. So once again, let's just stick it on Zartan's head, and pretty good. But once again, you know, it's a thick plastic mask over a head sculpt, so it does look kind of fat. But I believe with the hood on, it will blend in. In fact, I'm going to try that now. Let's see what it looks like with the hood on. So yeah, it looks better. For some reason, the illusion is that the face is a little bit thinner than it really is. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now this is a good looking guy right here. Boy, he's got the scar over the right eye, and yeah, he looks like he's a happy camper, doesn't he? I believe when you put the hood on, yep, it definitely it blends well, like it's the original head sculpt. So I think that's pretty cool. So now we're off to the actual additional head sculpts. This is Storm Shadow. So I wonder what he did that pissed off Zartan that he needs to pretend to be Storm Shadow. Anyway, to see how this goes on, just like any other additional head sculpt you would, Zartan's head is on a ball peg hinge, so easily removed. And Storm Shadow's head, see if we can get this to snap on camera. It didn't snap. That's because it didn't go on. Let's see what's up here. There we go. Now it's on, and quite frankly, I don't get it. I don't know how he's supposed to pass for Storm Shadow when only the head looks like Storm Shadow, but the rest looks like, well, we'll call him Zartan. But hey, I am not going to crap on any accessories. Next we have the head sculpt for Snake Eyes, and this actually makes more sense. I mean, why would he become Storm Shadow to infiltrate Cobra? I guess there are different applications for why I could use it. He could pretend to be Storm Shadow to get caught and then infiltrate G.I. Joe headquarters. So I guess that makes sense. Anyhow, we've got Snake Eyes here, the head sculpt. So let's put that on, see what's up with him. And yeah, so there we go. Once again, I just don't know. Hey, it is what it is. We got accessories and a boatload of them. Gotta love it, right? And speaking of those accessories, we're going to kick that off now. He's got a quiver filled with arrows. Got some nice paint apps, and this is the same quiver that came with Arctic Storm Shadow. I believe it had some paint apps on it, but it was primarily white, whereas this is cast molded in black, and it's got burgundy paint apps on it. And there's no reason to have a quiver of arrows if you don't have a bow to shoot them with. And once again, this is the same bow that came with Arctic Storm Shadow. And here we have it. This is also in white with a black band. Pretty simple. It doesn't have any drawstring on it. Just have to fake the funk. So next up we have Zartan's backpack. And it's just a cast in black, no paint apps, no detail at all. You do have, or I shouldn't say no detail, that's all you have is detailed. You got something going on in there somewhere, as you can see. The one thing that's great about the backpack, it opens up. See if I can get this open up now. Yep, there it is. So it opens up and you can put a mask inside there, like so. I believe this isn't just a backpack. I believe this is meant to create masks on the fly, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's cool. The fact that it opens up and you can put a mask in there, and it will close back with the mask inside. So yep, nice on the accessories. Next, Zartan comes with a knife, serrated, and pretty big. It's got a loop in it. I guess you can hang it on something, but it's cast in that straight black. That's about it. Up next, Zartan has a sidearm, and it's cast in black. It's got detail, but of course no paint apps. And yeah, hey, another accessory, the more the merrier. And here we've got the Fils de Resistance. We've got his sniper rifle, and it is a sniper rifle. It's got sights right there. It's just this is banging. It's got foot stand right there that's articulated, so it swings up and down, so you can mount it. So Zartan can zero in on his next victim. Mine's a little warped. I'm gonna have to do some hot cold action with it, but this has got some nice detail, and there is paint on the stock there, so that's cool, on the handle, so that's great. And once again, there's no real paint detail except for that paint on the stock. So hey, we take what we can get. This is a great accessory right here. I believe this is the first time this has been seen. Yeah, so this is cool. I'm happy about that. I believe the silencer. Yeah, the silencer is actually removable. It came in the package on, but yeah, if you would never mess with the muzzle, you'd never know it. But yeah, you can take the silencer off and put it on. Excellent. Next up, we've got the scarf that Zartan actually was clothed in the first iteration of the figure, and but it came separate as an accessory this time. So we'll go ahead and get that on our boy now. So there he is with his scarf, and then finally the hood. That is, this totally symbolizes Zartan right there. There is no Zartan without this. So without further ado, let's get him fully attired. And so there you have it. That's the Zartan that we know. We're about to go over his articulation, so for the sake of that, I removed the headgear. So it was just going to fly off anyway, more than likely. So may as well have avoided that incident off camera. So starting with his head, it's on a ball hinge like I said before. You could do a 360 on it. He does get you some attitude, which is cool, because if I recall in cartoons, Zartan did a lot of smirking and stuff, so this will go great with posing. He can look up that far, which is great. Look down that far, also nice. His shoulders, keep in mind these pads actually will lift up, so that's cool. Mine's are kind of tight. He can get 90 on them, and like I said, the shoulder pads will lift up. He'll get 90 at the shoulders. He can do a 360, but of course the pads are going to get in the way. But you can get that type of rotation. He's got bicep swivel. You can get 360 there. Double jointed elbows. He has a wrist swivel, and his left hand has the dice roll action there, the vertical hinge. The right hand also has the vertical hinge. His ab crunch, he can go forward that much, back that much. He does have waist articulation. His legs, he can do the splits big time. The reason for that is he's got the drop down legs, so that's real cool. So he can get his legs up that much and a little bit more with the drop down action. His legs will go back that far. He's got double jointed knees, and he has a boot cuff. He can point his toe that much, point it up that much, not very much, but that's because this right here impedes from going further up than that. He does have ankle pivot. It's kind of troublesome simply because of the nature of the boot guard up here. That's kind of sort of making the ankle pivot kind of unnaturally, but it's there. And of course, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. All right, it's time to now that we've gone through the accessories, let's get Zartan equipped here. First, let's get his backpack on. You see it has a peg, nice long peg too. There's the hole in his back. So obviously that's pretty simple enough. Just get that lined up like that, and there's the backpack. It doesn't sit flush, but it sits a whole lot more flush than Barbecue's backpack, I'll tell you. So the next, since we've got him facing behind, we may as well get his knife into his sheath, move his arm out of the way, and we'll go ahead and stick that in there. It fits nice and snug, won't fall out. That's great. Well, that's about it for the weapon storage. I guess if you want to put the arrow quiver, I think you can only go one at a time with this stuff, and take off the backpack and stick the quiver in, and the quiver has another hole in it, but I don't know what that would be for. It doesn't make sense to play the backpack game. That looks kind of dumb. But yeah, you've got that. If you're going to play the arrow game, then you'll want to equip him, arm him with his bow. So we'll go ahead and do that. So here's Zartan equipped with his bow and arrow, and since you have the vertical wrist hinges on both arms, you can make Zartan ambidextrous in terms of when you pose, and it'll look more natural and fluid with the vertical wrist motion. So that's cool. And with the quiver, it's you know, you could go either or if you want to make him right or left-handed. I've got him posed as a right-handed individual at this point in time. But yeah, that's Zartan, Master of Disguise Zartan, with his bow and arrow. Here's Zartan brandishing his firearm and unsheathed his knife, and he's got his backpack on, which you can't really see unless I change his pose stance. I think it's peeking back there, but yep, that's Zartan with his two other handheld weapons. So there's Zartan in a kneeling position holding the sniper rifle. He can hold it pretty decently. I'm sure I could get him to hold it a little bit better than that, but that's pretty decent right there. And here's Zartan with the sniper rifle with the foot stocks down and him in sniper position. Let me change the angle a little bit so you can see it. You'll have to work with it a bit to try to get it in a nice realistic kind of pose, but it can be done. And oh, and I forgot to mention, I don't know why I let it slip, probably because G.I. Joe Classified, you know, a lot of their figures come with vests, so the torso articulation gets lost, but that's still no excuse. I should have mentioned that Zartan comes with butterfly joints too, so that'll help some, but they are impeded by the vest, but it is there, so that is a good thing. I should also mention that I just put on the hoodie to give Zartan his true look. In order to really achieve this kind of pose, you're going to have to go without the backpack because it impedes his torso articulation from going as far back as it can, which is what will be needed in order for him to get into sniper mode. So we've gone over all of Zartan's accessories, his weapons, his head sculpts, his face masks. A lot. He came with a lot, that's for sure. Definitely a deluxe figure, but let's be real. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we want to see. We love our accessories. Yeah, we do. We will never turn down any accessories. We may question them, but we'll never turn them down. But when it comes to this particular figure, this deluxe set, this exclusive, what we're here to see is this. I just took him out of the freezer, and yep, sure enough, he turns blue. And I just find it amusing that we've got this special ability with this action figure, and it's not like it's a power. For Zartan, this is a weakness. This signifies a weakness when this happens to him, but this is a great effect. Yeah, you just got to put him in the freezer. I think he only has to be in there about 5 to 10 minutes, and then he'll get this blue hue to him, and it's great. Keep in mind, if you're going to do your photography with it, remember this is a weakness, so it's not like you're going to see him throwing down with anybody. If anything, he's going to be on his knees and getting weaker and stuff like that. But hey, you do you, with your Zartan. I know what I'm going to do with mine. But somebody, a friend of mine, who he's also got this figure, he was experimenting with his, and what he found out is that if he puts his hands on spots, the heat from your fingers actually lightens him up. So if you do that in certain parts of his body, it's going to appear, you know what I'm saying, he's transforming. It could be that he's becoming weaker. So basically you'd have to do it in reverse. So it's pretty cool. I bet I can do it with the face a little bit. I'm going to take off the helmet and touch on the face a little bit. So yeah, it just did it right there. Hope you was able to see that. If not, let me zoom in. So we got Zartan zoomed in. So this is what I'm talking about right here. I just put my finger on his forehead, and you see that he reverted back to normal, and it starts to actually flow back into the blue. So that's pretty cool. Gotta love that. So I broke out the original Zartan from the display I had him posed in the pose that he was displayed in the diorama, and I went on and mirrored Master of Disguise to be in the same pose, or as close to it as I could get. And you can clearly see the differences. The Master of Disguise is on our left, original's on our right, as if you all didn't know that by now. But the new deluxe version, you see, has it's a different color in terms of the hood, the scarf, the pants. That is definitely different color, and Master of Disguise has been laced in additional paint apps. The shoulder pads, the arm guards, the thigh guards, all are silver, whereas on the original they're not painted at all. They're just the color they were molded in, and which is as it should be with the deluxe. You need to have something to justify it being a deluxe, and yes, the accessories definitely justified that, but you can't just give literally the same exact 100% figure. You have to change up some and make it, in terms of the deco, make it better, and Hasbro definitely did that. So that is the old versus the new. For our last comparison, we've got Zartan, Master of Disguise Zartan, up next to the last figure I reviewed, which happens to be the last figure issued from the Classified Series line, which also happens to be the last figure in the Special Missions Cobra Island line. We're talking about Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. So to sum it all up, the Master of Disguise Zartan Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive deluxe set is a very welcome addition, even though the figure itself is an exact replica, the exact same figure from the original Zartan that came out several months ago. The fact that they changed him up in terms of the paint apps, and they did change the color of his trousers, which is cool. They gave Zartan a lot. He came with a lot of accessories. The backpack we've seen before. The mask that's in the backpack, we've seen that before. The knife and the hand weapon, those came previously also. But this go round, we also got a bow, a quiver of arrows, and a sniper rifle with an articulating foot stock, and not to mention 2 additional head sculpts. I don't know the purpose for them, the necessity for them, because even though they fit on Zartan's body, I mean, you still know it's Zartan. I guess it's just to display that he has the ability to change his facial features. I guess you can just play that game. But we also got 4 additional masks. And I mean, when it comes to accessories, this is what a deluxe set should look like. Looking at you, Marvel Legends. And yeah, so I'm not mad at it. But like I said previously, give me accessories and I'll take it. I'll never be mad at getting more gear, more accessories, more stuff, more plastic. Anyhow, that'll do it for this review. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And smash that bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.